Hey guys, I just want to give you my opinion on Governor Hickenlooper, the governor of Colorado, real quick. I've kind of been neutral in Colorado politics for a long time because I've only lived here like 2 years, and I don't know, I didn't really know too many of the people, but I've made up my mind about Hickenlooper already based on how he's handled this Occupy Denver, Occupy Wall Street, whatever you call it, thing. And the dude's a liar. The dude's a scumbag. He's a fucking corporate tool. Like, I realized a lot of times you'll hear him on the news or the mainstream media, talk radio or whatever. They like to refer to him as like up and coming Democratic star or something like that. Like, you can tell kind of like if the mainstream media is all like, oh yeah, this is a up and coming guy. If they're really talking good about somebody, that means there's a good chance that like yeah, he's a fucking corporate stooge. Like, I kind of think somebody's telling him what to do, and he's already made a deal like, all right, yeah, you guys promote me, and I'll be your next Mitt Romney or whatever the fuck, corporate asshole. But he kicked all these protesters out of the park down in front of the Capitol building, and riot police came in, moved them essentially across the block. Like, they made the tents get out of there, and he spent, I don't even know probably how much money, but there's been a ton of police down there, late at night, riot gear, I'm sure overtime, like moving protesters to the park that happens to be directly across the fucking street. Like, what a waste of money, what a waste of time for everybody. But he actually called the tent city or whatever the Occupy Wall Street protest. I mean, some of them were people camping out down there, straight up, but some of them were just there to speak their mind or whatever, peacefully assemble. And like, not everybody down there is camping or homeless or whatever. But he called the tent city a fire hazard. He's like, what if a fire swept through those tents? Like, are you fucking shitting me? That is so insane. But that's the kind of lies we're talking about. Like, man, you gotta pull out something, like something has to, you have to have some excuse to justify this, right? Like, you might as well just stuck to the park is closed past 11, but you really said a fire might sweep through there. That's insane. But since we're talking about public safety and you are all concerned about the safety of your citizens, which Hickenlooper's not, he's a fucking hypocrite, I wanted to show you what's going down at the park across the street now and where people are camping out. And pretty much the police have made people get out of the fucking park. So what they're doing is they're camping on the sidewalk, like literally 3 or 4 feet away from traffic. I just want to point out how dangerous that actually is. Like, if for any reason, a drunk driver, somebody's texting, not paying attention, some idiot goes off the fucking road a little bit up onto the sidewalk, they're going to run down a whole fucking camping row of protesting homeless people, of dirty fucking hippies, whatever. Like, really, Hickenlooper, you could have blood on your hands over this shit. And because what? You're looking out for public safety, trying to keep some homeless people out of the park who really probably don't have anywhere else to go. Like, it's absurd. And I got to thinking about what should be done about this. And Colorado, I looked it up, is a state that actually has recall elections. And what that means is we can get a petition together to get Hickenlooper out of there, or at least have a recall election. And I was just reading, I don't even know if it's true or not, but it was the first site, it was like Ballotpedia or something, the actual process about how to do that in Colorado. And they're saying you only need to get 25% of the voters, or people who voted, to sign a petition. And that can force a recall election. And I want to throw it out to Occupy Denver that I think a good idea to get Hickenlooper to lighten up on us a little bit is to start one of these petitions. I mean, it said 200 words or less if you describe why you want him thrown out of office or a recall election. He's not letting us peacefully assemble as it says we can in the Constitution, and he's kicking protesters out in the name of public safety but having to move to a more dangerous place. He's a liar, whatever you want to call him, corporate stooge. 200 words that say, I would like a recall election, because I think a month from now, 2 months from now, if he keeps doing this shit, yeah, there might be enough people who really want him thrown out of there, but not even that. It's going to show him we're serious. Like, really, dude, we're going to have people down here. I mean, there's people standing out all day anyway. You might as well have a petition there, like, oh yeah, we're collecting petitions, and let Hickenlooper know, like, yeah, piss us off some more. But I'm going to show you some pictures of what's actually going on down there. I'm also going to let you know the weather update. It's going to get fucking cold and snowy tonight. And I had an old winter coat lying around that I will be taking down to Occupy Denver later tonight too, to donate to somebody down there who I'm sure could use it more than I could. And I would also encourage any of you guys to donate, blankets or thermal sleeping bags, winter coats, I don't even know. Whatever you have that you think people down there protesting might need, they're accepting donations, and I think it's a good cause. I'm going to support it with my old winter coat just because I can. But food is also something that they can use too, probably. Hot food, if anybody can donate it, I'm sure those people would love. But there's one other thing I was going to say. I don't know if Mayor Hancock might be part of this problem too. I saw he's trying to kick homeless people off the 16th Street Mall. Like, when Occupy Denver negotiated with him a while ago, I don't know what they actually said or who represented them, but I feel like they should have kind of said, let us set up a homeless city. Let us set up a tent city for all these homeless people, because a lot of these protesters down there are not your typical drunk homeless person or whatever. They're young people my age, maybe underemployed or just fed up with this shit. There's old people down there who work too, not old, but, you know, middle-aged, whatever. Like, there's people with pets. I've seen a lot of people with their dogs down there. Like, come on, America, I know you guys love dogs. Like, these aren't, you know, crazy commies. Like, these are regular people. And, you know, I think it shows that we're doing some good when we're actually down there feeding homeless people. Like, a lot of times I've noticed a lot of mainstream media all around the country, different newspapers and even some talk radio people, have kind of said, what is Occupy Denver, or what is Occupy Wall Street accomplishing? They're not doing anything. Those hippies are out there smoking their grass, you know, having sex underneath fucking tarps in the park. Like, if we can feed these homeless people, if we can give them a place to camp, and if we can keep them safe, one, we're doing the job of fucking the welfare system, city services, and almost the police. Like, the police have this shit surrounded like a riot's about to break out down there, and I don't know. I mean, there's some people down there, so I can understand a small police presence or whatever, but like, the riot gear, come on, man, that shit has to go. I wouldn't mind getting the petition in order to get Hancock out of office too, and at least let them both know we're serious. You know, we're down here camping, and a lot of people are trying to do good. We're trying to feed homeless people. You know, like, you know, fucking if we want to do that and volunteer to do that, and if people want to donate food, like, that's good. Let private citizens, let charity, let fucking generous Americans take care of the homeless people. That just, you know, gets people off the fucking dole, gets them off the welfare system, you know. Like, what the fuck's the harm? I saw too, I think this was Hancock's doing, but the Denver police were down there last night, and they're telling people that anybody who erects any sort of structure, or anybody who puts up anything to shelter them from the elements is going to get arrested and taken out of the park. Like, one, if it's raining and I'm putting up an umbrella, is that erecting something to keep me out of the elements? Or, like, if I wrap up in a winter coat or a tarp or whatever, but, dude, doesn't the city have something better to do than fuck with homeless people? And if this is really such a problem and you don't want us there, where can we go? Give us some vacant land someplace and we'll set up a fucking tent city there. And you know what? I think that these Occupy protesters can and should and are already doing, you know, a halfway decent job at showing people we're not just some hippies out there protesting. We're feeding the homeless people. We're donating fucking winter coats and shit. You know what I mean? Like, we're not asking for handouts. I'm not here like, yes, America needs to get a winter coat for every single fucking person. No. I'm saying I have an old winter coat and I'm going to donate it, and I would encourage you to too. I'm saying that I can make a donation of food and we can fucking feed these people. I can go down there and cook food for some people. I can, you know, do a lot of things that, whatever, you get what I'm saying. But really, let's start these petitions up. Let's try to fucking put some pressure on Hickenlooper and on Hancock and let them know, like, yeah, we will throw you out of there. And I noticed, too, that once we get the petition, if somebody does draft a petition and takes it to the Secretary of State or whatever to get it approved, after that, you have 60 days to gather the signatures, which is kind of a pain in the ass, because it would be nice if we could just keep it down there running if maybe, you know, 3 months from now we have enough signatures. Like, oh, it turns out Hickenlooper has been fucking us around all this time and the people are sick of it. Let's vote and see if we can get somebody else in there. You know, we might not be able to do it because 60 days is up. But I say we just keep doing it over and over again. If we don't get enough after the 60 days and, you know, we still have problems with the police down there, let's start another petition. We'll just keep doing it over and over again, and eventually, maybe we won't get enough signatures. Maybe he'll realize, we're serious, and I can't just keep fucking around my people if I want to be an up-and-coming Democratic star. Like, that's all I have to say, but come on, public safety, let's actually be safe, people.